while people were out there watching the season premiere of season 7 of The Walking Dead, and the third episode comes out this week, I am watching my very own zombie-esque, show. Hello, people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, here today to give you guys another anime review. And today, people of YouTube, this was a review that I wanted to do for actually on Halloween night, but I just didn't, and I unfortunately did not finish it in time. But I did, however, finish it just now, because I really wanted to get this review out. So this technically is my final review for Horror Month, and the anime we're going to be discussing is 2016's Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. So Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where these zombie-like creatures known as the Kaban infest humans and take over lands, and people try to survive and fend off against these Kabans. We follow series main protagonist, Ikoma, as one day the Kaban infest his own village and, he got bit, but he ends up preventing himself from becoming a Kaban. Comes to find out that he is not a Kaban, but he's also not a human. He is in fact in the middle. He is known as a Kabaneri. So he goes to this freaking train-like Iron Fortress where he is traveling with these people to go to this place called I forgot the name, it's very hard to say too. But they are traveling to this one place to find shelter, and along the way they come up with freaking mistrials and tribulations, and then just trying to get to this one place so they could survive. So Kabaneri in the Iron Fortress was made this year, in the year 2016. It was part of the summer of anime, and I, for one, was very interested to check out Kabaneri in the Iron Fortress. From what I've heard about the anime, it was very solid. So I came into the anime with a very open mind, and I really wanted to get invested in this anime story. With that being said, people of YouTube, what are my thoughts of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress? Well, let's find out. First and biggest thing I would say about Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress is the animation, of course. The animation done by this anime studio is very hard to pronounce. It literally shows up in the beginning of their anime, oh, this is the anime studio that animates Noi Tomaki. I have no idea how to say it, but they did a fantastic job animating Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It's stellar, it's unique, has its own flair, and I absolutely love the designs of the Kaban. They're zombie-esque, unkillable creatures, and, they're very threatening, and they do pose a threat to the characters, and I absolutely love them. The character designs also are very solid, each one standing out, and each one having their own unique personality, and yada yada yada, you know the drill. The action of the anime, going back into the animation, is very solid. I wasn't expecting this anime to have a lot of action, but it does. The action is solid, fluid, and it'll keep you invested and high-paced. You don't know what the hell is going to happen next, and it will keep you towards the edge of your seat. You will love the action of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. My personal favorite fights in the anime pertain when they fight the Kabans. They're really cool, and they're very high-paced, and it's so freaking unique, and I absolutely love that. Discussing the story and the characters, the story of the anime is solid. You get really invested in the story, you get invested in the characters and their dilemma of trying to get to this one place alive, and a lot of things happen in the story that will keep you engaged. A lot of freaking, underlying messages, and also a lot of freaking thinking involves in the story. There's, and I have to admit one thing. The story has a really good main antagonist. I wasn't expecting this main antagonist to be good. I mean, I usually kind of don't like some of these modern main antagonists. They're kind of one-note cliche characters. But the main antagonist in this anime is so solid. He's so multi-layered. You understand why he's doing the things that he's doing, and I fucking love that. for that. They give them time to actually give him a little character development, and I love that. The story is just really good, with a lot of plot twists and reveals, and just above all else, really solid freaking reveals. Oh my lord, the reveals are really good. Like, I did not see that coming reveals. It was really spectacular. Now, going back to the characters, as I mentioned before, the main antagonist of the anime is solid. I was not expecting this main antagonist to be this good. But he's a solid main antagonist, and I fell in love with him. I'm not going to tell you who he is because it's obviously a spoiler, but you will know him when you see him. Trust me. Now, let's talk about the characters, of course, and the main characters in particular. Our main protagonist, Ikoma, you know, he's kind of like your, not really, I wouldn't say like Eren Yeager kind of character, but he is a very solid main character. You feel, you know, you feel empathy for the character, and you really relate and want him to succeed in the struggle, and also trying to deal with the fact that he is this new being. He's a Kabaneri. He's not a human anymore, and you kind of relate and you understand. And you know, I absolutely love his internal conflict with himself, of him trying to deal with the fact that he is not a human anymore, and that they show that very prevalently. And you know how he tries to keep his sanity intact. I really enjoyed the character. He's a very solid main protagonist. He's not really one note. He's very multi-layered. And, you know, his backstory, I mean, they even admit it. It's a very common backstory, and I absolutely enjoyed that. Another character that I really enjoyed is a character named Mume. Now, yeah, she's kind of like the poster girl of the anime. Like, you know, you see her in the trailers and whatnot. But Mume is no joke. I fell in love with this character. You feel a huge bond. You feel like there's a really cute little relationship growing between both Mume and Ikoma. They have a really solid bond, and they work so well with each other. Their banter, their arguing, and they're just all conversations with each other is just very solid. I really enjoyed their relationship, and I very dug it. And almost romantic kind of relationship. But no, they didn't really go for that romantic kind of relationship. It was very, you know, friendly. Like, they really liked each other as friends, and I did enjoy that. It's very strictly platonic, and that's what I like. Another relationship that Ikoma shared that I really enjoyed is with his best friend Takumi. Now, at first, Takumi kind of ends up like this kind of one-note character. And by the way, no, I am not talking about Takumi from Fire Emblem Fates. Jesus, I can't get away from that freaking game. Ugh. But Takumi in the anime, where he shines, is towards the end of the anime, and I'm not going to reveal what he does in the end of the anime, but let's just say, it gets your brain to feels. Oh my god, I can't believe what happens to him, and it blew me the fuck away. They actually did it. I was blown away. They actually did it. And I praise animes that does this thing. Fell in love with that. Excuse me, I'm trying to get over a sickness. But, I fell in love with Takumi and Ikoma's relationship. It's very solid. Now, there's one other character that I have to mention in the anime that kind of shocked me. Is that there's just one character named Ayame. And at first, when I saw this character, to be honest, I thought she was going to be like this one-note kind of damsel in distress kind of character. You know, she can't really fend for herself, and that she's kind of just one note. That's not the case in this anime. In fact, she is just as multi-layered as the main characters themselves. There's a lot of scenes featuring Ayame that blew me away, and I thought, damn, they really gave this character a character. She's a strong female leader, and I love that. She can defend for herself, she can handle herself, and, you know, when a situation goes bad, she can keep a cool mind, and I love that about her. Not to mention her cute little relationship with this guy named Kurusu. Very cute. Very cute. Very forced, but very cute. It was a very forced, kind of almost romantic kind of relationship, but it was still cute. It was cute, you know? Why not? And really, guys, that's all the pros I had to say about the anime, with a few cons. One of the biggest cons of this anime is that there's these moments scattered throughout the anime where one character would be at like some kind of like hilltop, like some kind of like not like a balcony almost, right? And then all of a sudden they would go from all the way over there to right where the main character is at, and like you would see them looking at the main character from like far away, like through binoculars and stuff. But all of a sudden they would just show up all the way down there. I'm like, how the fuck did you get from point A to point B that quickly? That's just way too convenient, and it's like, I call it teleporting carrying characters, because that's what they did. They fucking were like from there, all the way from there, in a matter of seconds. And it did not add up. Like, how did you get from there to there? How? Explain to me. Explain to me, anime. Fucking explain. Then the last real con I really have to say about the anime is how it ends. And yes, it ends in a kind of cliche read the manga ending. And yes, there's not a second season, announced. And if there is going to be a second season, please let it be next year, because I really dug this anime. It was a really good anime. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. And to me, to be honest, this could be the Walking Dead of anime. I'm not kidding. Like, I was very invested in Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. It's very good. And the way it ends, it just ends. Not to say that there's a resolution at the end. I mean, like, yeah, there is a huge resolution that happens in the end, and things happened, but just how it ends, it just ends. Like, no, give me more. Like, you can't just end it like that. It just ends. It just ends. It just ends. Why? Why just end? It's stupid. Stop. Ugh. But people of YouTube, the pros outweigh the cons of this anime. I still believe... What the fuck was that? I believe that Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress is a solid anime, and it's a must-watch. I can't believe no one really is talking about Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, because it's a solid anime. I enjoyed it. It's great. That's why I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Sure, there's a few cons with it, but it doesn't really detract from the overall experience of watching the anime. I really enjoyed Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, and had those two things not happened, like had these two cons never really happened, this anime would definitely be a 10 out of 10. And I would love to see a second season for Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. That being said, people of YouTube, it gets a 9 out of 10. It's a solid, great anime. It's a must-watch. Go check out Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress if you have not. It's a really solid anime. There you go. And that will conclude my review for Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. Please leave a comment down below. What did you guys think of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress? And stay tuned later on. I do have another video scheduled, and it's going to be about a new anime. It's already like 5 episodes in, and I already caught up to it. So I might actually share my thoughts so far of this anime. We'll have to see. That being said, people of YouTube, 'tis I once more, the Crimson Assassin, signing out. More reviews coming soon. Till then, peace, YouTube.